Hey CD11, welcome to your final legislative update for 2024. This week, I was proud to be joined by our new LAPD Chief, Jim McDonnell, and newly elected District Attorney Nathan Hochman to announce a comprehensive public safety package that will be a model of innovation and safety for Los Angeles.
The presence of these leaders with us this morning sends a powerful message. Angelenos demand real change and accountability.
For too long, crime was normalized in our city, but we are changing that on the West Side. We aren't going to put up with criminal behavior that threatens the safety of our neighborhoods. It's time to hold criminals accountable and ensure families feel secure in their homes and neighborhoods. Our CD11 safety package includes critical investments to drive down crime and protect our residents. 100 automated license plate reader cameras placed strategically around the district will deter and track criminal activity in real time. I will also be investing our discretionary funding in police overtime for increased targeted patrols of vulnerable areas. And for the first time ever, we're implementing dedicated park ranger patrols at Oceanfront Walk in Venice. But safety is also about the environment, so we're also dedicating funding to additional tree trimming and street lighting so we can keep our neighborhoods safe and bright. And CD11 has stepped up to work with our local libraries and police to implement stricter safety measures, security, and training so every member of the community can use our public resources. This is how we take back our neighborhoods and ensure a brighter future for everyone. A better 11 starts with a safer 11. We all know that working Angelenos are struggling to keep up with the cost of living in LA, and that means we need to bring new housing online for all types of people and income levels. In just the last few weeks, we secured funding to help finalize the work at Thatcher Yard in Venice, which brings nearly 100 units of affordable housing for seniors and families online, a missing gap in our housing production, especially in the coastal zone. The city also took action to secure additional funding to complete the permanent housing conversion of the Ramada Inn on Washington Boulevard in Venice, which was purchased back in 2020 and briefly operated as interim housing. But for the last 2 years, this site sat empty, which is simply unacceptable with people continuing to live on our sidewalks. And just this week, the city's Board of Transportation Commissioners rejected use of parking lot 731 in Venice for housing, but created a great new opportunity to bring both mobility enhancements and housing to the lots along Venice Boulevard, which will help us deliver the needed housing, parking, mobility, and opportunities to bring new economic development to the area and finalize our permanent alfresco program for Venice restaurants. In other housing news, on December 10th, the City Council approved the Citywide Housing Incentive Program, or CHIP ordinance. This program promotes the development of affordable housing throughout LA, while at the same time protecting the character and design of our single-family neighborhoods. By balancing targeted housing incentives with protections for existing community aesthetics, CHIP seeks to address the city's housing crisis in a thoughtful and sustainable way. As you all know, development and densification have been mandated by state law, and much of it is now outside the purview of the council office. But my team and I will continue our engagement with local residents so we can deliver good housing projects that support responsible growth in our city. On a 12-3 vote on Wednesday, the City Council approved a massive wage increase for tourism workers to $30 an hour by 2028, with a 50% increase due in just 6 months. All workers should have an opportunity to earn a living wage, and over the last year and a half, I had the chance to meet with dozens of hotels and businesses of all sizes and stripes to fully understand the potential impacts on our tourism economy, which is a major source of the general fund revenue that pays for things like firefighters, paramedics, police, and street sweeping. When the city's done wage ordinances in the past, they've been based on extensive peer-reviewed economic analyses. Why? Because lawmakers knew that any policy that could impact workers and businesses had to be balanced, thoughtful, and deliberate. We know our tourism economy is still struggling to recover from the pandemic. Travel through LAX is still below 2019 levels. Concession sales in the airport are down. Hotel rates and nights booked remain low all over the city. And many small businesses and hotels are struggling to make ends meet. And our collection of TOT and sales taxes are too low currently to adequately fund city programs and services. Unfortunately, this time the data presented to the council was incomplete at best, with only one hotel owner in the entire city having been interviewed. The study didn't include key stakeholders like the city tourism department or Los Angeles World Airports. In other instances, the analysis was based on false assumptions, and the authors even admitted that some workers were likely to lose their jobs. Given that our tourism economy continues to struggle, my fear is that we will see job loss and business closure, hurting the very workers we want to protect. I wanted to get to yes, and I could have gotten there if there had been a balanced, common sense policy presented. Instead, debate was stifled and procedure was ignored. With the World Cup and the Olympics on the horizon, we'll be keeping a close eye on the industry and continuing our work to ensure that Los Angeles is ready to welcome the world to our great city. This was the final week of council meetings for 2024. We'll be in recess until after the new year, but my team and I will be active out in the field, and we're looking forward to seeing everyone at our second annual holiday party on Saturday. Merry Christmas and happy holidays, CD11.